been several years since I've had a Jolie pram box in the house. Yeah, obviously 2 kids myself, but in here is not a Jolie Brisk umbrella buggy. No, in here with whatever the heck this packaging is in fact my first vacuum cleaner of 2024. Does it look familiar? Let's have a look, get it open and see what sort of Sebo Felix we have. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Sebo chums. How are you today? Yes, we have another Sebo. Crikey, we've had quite a lot of them recently. The K1 and now this. Ooh, a cool bag of stuff there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, this is payment actually for some refurbs that I'm doing for Mr. James, the Electrolux that you probably haven't seen yet, and the Hoover Alpinas which you have. Yeah, he had this which he didn't want, and I've not had a Felix before. I've always slightly wanted one. They've never been that cheap enough. And here is one that all I have to pay for it with is a bit of graft. And that's the right way to pay for something. Oh, yeah, I'm missing something. Here it is, the head. Excellent. So, one nice Sebo Felix. I'm going to put all this back away and then we'll have a look at what we've got and work out which bit is broken. So, what do we have? We have a Sebo Felix. I don't actually know what the style of this is. It's the burgundy and I think it's cream. I don't think it's too faded. So yeah, classic. I don't know really because it's all sort of moved around a lot. This doesn't fully help because although it says Felix 1. But that's the head. We'll probably find a ratings plate at some point in the future. It has the fairly standard, loose, tired old filter that sadly Felixes seem to get. Ooh, very nice red flex. That's pretty cool to have. The beautiful, I hope, Felix ET1 with manual height adjustment. This is why I think a lot of people like the Felix over some of the other ones, because yeah, it has a manually adjusted wheel, which doesn't seem to be doing much at the minute, but may do when we get going. Nice and unclogged, lovely stiff brushes. This is pretty cool. What's in the bag of stuff? We have the upholstery tool, very nice indeed. We have the crevice tool, very nice indeed. We have a Sebo Parquet floor head. That's very nice indeed. It's a little bit used, but you know, not too bad. Oh, you can take the brushes out by the looks of it. It's yeah, this has seen pretty much all of the use, I think. I think it might even be missing a rubber blade at the front, but that may not be a bad thing because it probably means it's not going to snowplow everything in its side. Ooh, some spare bags. That's quite handy because I was bidding on some on eBay that somebody was selling and they only sold for £1.50 and I forgot and I was quite annoyed. So that's quite handy. Ooh, and the manual. Just realised I was filming that in 1080. I do apologise, I'm trying a new camera. We have the Starstens Gebrauchsanweisung or instruction manual. Dated February 2005, which is never a true indication of when a machine was made, but you know, it might be any earlier than this. Very nice indeed. And yet, Sebo UK, the Merlin Centre, very close to me in High Wycombe. So, our first little Felix. How nice. Let's see what's in the bag compartment. Because yeah, although I've never actually had my own Felix, I have played with them. I know roughly how they work, and yet there's a bag in there and a filter. There was a filter. Yeah, there's a filter. It's not too bad. Could probably do with a wash or a replacement, but yeah, certainly fine for now. We'll put this bag back in as well because it's barely been used anyway. Mr. James is a very clean person, so That'll be okay. Oh, how does this go? It's going this way, doesn't it? That should clip in there. Oh, unless it goes in. Oh, I should have paid. Ah, there we go. That way. That goes on top of that. I mean, I probably should have read the manual or, you know, looked at how it came apart first, but we don't need to care about any of that at the minute. I reckon that is the ratings plate, you know. I think this is a Felix 1, however it is made to be called. You can tell me in the comments. So we shall pop the floor head on, and that's about it really. She's a bit leany. Ooh, tip you up a bit, you can't see that at all. There we go, look, yeah, it's a bit leany, but no worse than your average turbo power. Does the handle come up? Yes. Does it come up to unlevel, or do I have to get one of those little holes on the handle? So that's fair enough. Right, it's always fun when you see what's left of the cable exit from it standing there. Oh, I think we'll need a new one of those if I can find one in red. Bit of a pain. It might blue, I don't know. Right, let us pop some power to it and see how it works. Can you see what the head's doing? Forward. Oh, it's staying on there. As soon as you put it back, it turns off, and the head, well, yeah, the head does have some damage, I'm afraid. It sounds really good, although that could be because I'm having hearing problems at the minute. Maybe it sounds awful. Do let me know. Let's see what the tool suction is like. On full. Oh, yeah. Did not know. That's very nice. Cool. So the machine itself seems to work absolutely fine. And again, I could take off there. We could take that head off and put this head on, although I don't think it stands up. No, it doesn't. In fact, is that back to front? No, that must be right. Yeah, we can use it on the hard floor quite nicely. Yeah, I can hear the air roaring out the front of that without that front, whatever it was on there, brushes or blade. That's quite good. Just can't stand the thing up with that head on. So I think the best thing to do now that we know it works and it runs is to concentrate on this. Because yeah, Mr. James said that it turns off when you put it back. And I think that's got quite a bit to do with how loose and wobbly all of this is. So we may as well take it all apart and see what we can do. Now, I've never taken one of these apart before. Ooh, gonna need more high torque for that. I am undoing that. There we go. One screw, and I don't know if I need to take. In fact, I don't think I do, because I can see the other screw there. This was one of these four. So there we go. In theory, yeah, there's those. You should just lift off. Yeah, there we go. Blimey. There we go. So yeah, this has seen a bit of use, isn't it? Not too shabby. Right, I think these two screws here. Which are going to come out? No, because there's one here. Really, I've got to take everything. No, sure. Really, I've got to take the whole thing out just to get... No, surely not. Tell me that's not right. I've got to take all the motor out to get this off. And to be fair, there's a screw there. I was only going to take it off so it'd be a bit easier to work out. So I guess we need to unplug these from the PCB, which I will do to keep everything out of the way. Bar those two screws there need undoing, and I think that is going, yeah, that is going to this neck. So let me work this out, get it back apart a bit more, and it must just be a broken wire somewhere. Yeah, the whole thing has to come out. So here is the brush rod motor, which is in excellent condition. There we go. There's nothing on there date-wise, although this does say February 2005 on a date wheel, so that's quite good. Right, that comes off. Oh, I am going to have to unwire those two, I think, in a second, because I'm not going to get it any further than that. That comes off that side. And I guess we now need to start playing Find a Broken Wire. So now we can undo this screw, and I'll be able to see what's actually going on. Ooh. No, you're not broken. Oh, you're not broken. Is it this plug here? Sort of looks like it's been a little bit shorting out, and I guess if it's pulling backwards when we pull the machine out, I don't know, maybe it's that bit that's at fault. Oh, I don't know. I mean, if we put this on, it's quite wobbly. Oh dear. I think this is just worn, but the problem is I can't just bodge some tape in that bit, otherwise it's going to never go on again. Okay, I'm fairly sure it's probably not this now that we've done that. I mean, the wire isn't broken, so I think that's my timer for my dinner. I'm going to pop this back together, eat my dinner, and see if we can just bodge something to wedge it in place. And I guess before I actually do it, I'll show you all this because it's all coming out. Yeah, this is what I'm in 2005 to 2024. That's nearly, blimey, is that nearly 20 years? That's scary. Yeah, there we go. It won't hurt to get all that out anyway. But yeah, I'm actually quite confident none of this is the head's fault. So, back in a bit. That hasn't really fixed it at all. But I have worked out that if I hold it at a certain angle, I think it might still be a broken wire. Perhaps we should have tested it. But if I go that way, off it goes. If I stay this way, it seems okay. Closely. Oh yeah, that's nice. There we go, I moved it. Oh. So, yeah, there we go. And I also found the actual rating space. And yeah, it is a Felix 1 Hussar. And yeah, 2005. I know that much. Was that when these were bought out? Do let me know. I know they were a commercial machine before a domestic one. But yeah, I think it's not the machine. I do think it is this pivot. SeboShop.co.uk / Manchester backs themselves sell that part, just not in red, which is a massive pain. So I don't know. I think I'm going to take that neck back apart and carry on and see if I can find what's wrong with it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy a black one and either swap the innards around into that red shell, but the problem is it's this red shell that's all worn out. So I think it's going to have a black replacement part on it. But that's fine. Whatever it needs. I am just very happy to have it. It might need a new filter. Equally, I know you can sort of do stuff with them, but I think this is quite loose and worn out. I mean, when the machine's on, it inflates a treat. There we go. It's not a problem at all now, but yeah, it will be if we leave it too much longer. So I think I'm overall very happy indeed with it. Never had a Felix before. I'm not going to lie, they've never been my favourite machine. I've always thought them quite clunky, but I've never really used one. I've used Mr. Hoover Lux's once for about 5 minutes, and you know that's nowhere near enough time to work out if you like something or not. So we shall persevere. I'm going to get it fixed, get it working, whether it's refurbished or not, who knows. But yeah, I think it's definitely that pivot neck. Do comment down below with any hints or tips you may have. And I think for now, the next time you see this, it'll be all working, all lovely. The head's even got an off switch, and it shouldn't cut out. And we can marvel at its glory another day. So yeah, until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Sorry it's not been the usual video, but there's no point trying to. We know what the problem is. Once it's fixed, it'll be all right. And this Sebo Felix Classic, is it classic? I'm going to say classic. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.